Even as there's a lot of hue and cry over the Intelligence Bureau report which claimed that the NGOs in the nation receive foreign funds to craft an atmosphere of agitation against development projects, the NGOs have a different views. NNIS reached Ahmedabad to have an exclusive chat with the director of Prashant NGO, Father Cedric Prakash, in this regard. Father Cedric said that the first thing that the government needs to be clear on is if it is concerned about environmental issues and poor state of the downtrodden or the foreign funding received by the NGOs. He added, receiving foreign funds does not prove that the NGOs are anti-nationalist organizations. He said how NGOs receiving foreign funds can be called anti-nationals when the political parties receiving money from supporters abroad claim themselves to be patriotic.
Now, there are three things we have to bear in mind here. There is a very good article come out by a Supreme Court lawyer, how companies use foreign money for political funding. Why hasn't the IB Intelligence Bureau not looked into the role of the companies, the big corporate, the amount of money they have generated, the amount of foreign funding? The government of India is constantly asking for foreign investment. And I think it is important for us to be able to look at for what this foreign investment is being coming into. We all need development, we all need progress, we all need industrialization, but it should never be at the cost of the poor, the marginalized. It should never be at the cost of our environment. We know what is happening in many parts of the so-called developed world.
The director of NGO Prashant said, apart from corporates and political parties, the central government also receives money from other countries in the name of developmental projects.
I think there is also this whole question of international pressures, but international pressures from whom? Just because a few NGOs get some foreign money, okay? But the government of India is forever with big governments, getting huge projects with huge companies, huge corporations. Why are we not looking at that? I think this report is totally ridiculous. It is heavily biased, and I think we need to look at it compassionately, with a sense of objectivity, and in the context of the rights of the people, of the poor, and marginalized of this great country of India.
Father Cedric asked if they take money from foreign countries and are called right, then why NGOs who fight for the welfare of citizens are being questioned. Pointing towards foul play, Father Cedric said that the international projects which are not cleared in their own homelands because they pose threats to environment get a green signal in India.
They are not allowing this project or that project in their own land because they don't get the environmental clearances. How is that when they come to India for the very same projects, they get the environmental clearances? We need to ask that. Another question which has been raised is that this report apparently has come during the regime of the UPA too. Of course, it is a valid question, and definitely the previous government was concerned about the role that certain NGOs were playing, whether it is in Gundakalam, in the nuclear energy project, or elsewhere. Now, just because UPA 2 had asked maybe for it, that doesn't mean to say the report has to be leaked out now. And fair enough. We need to also to look into certain wider ramifications, the wider ramifications of people's movement. Who are being affected in this? The poor, the marginalized, the Dalits, the Adivasis, the people who lose their livelihood, who lose what is traditionally theirs, Jal, Jungle or Jameen, okay, is there something which is precious.
Father Cedric said it will be the poor and the downtrodden who will be affected if the NGOs are targeted in this manner and not the government.
Powered by NNIS.